budget 3-inch exhaust on a Ranger, and I had to make a tool for it. Go. ...2016 Ford Ranger 2.2 litre with an indicated 248,530 digital kilometres on this Ford instrument panel. How many lights do you want? Anyway, so much for that. Interior scan. I wonder why it's scanning. Maybe it's trying to locate me. Anyway, this vehicle is getting from a turbocharger to rear of vehicle in a 3-inch non-stainless steel, roadworthy compliant, high flow 3-inch exhaust system. It has got all of the factory doodahs on it now, and we are not going to be deleting things to make it unroadworthy. It will indeed have catalytic converter, high flow, and 3-inch straight through muffler. So let's have a look at this. This could be an interesting video, so stay tuned. What a busy little engine bay we are, and the motor is so far back. It's all this room before it even comes to the front. Anyway, yep, we're going to do the whole box and schmozzle. So guard cover in place, and no need for a spike protector. There will be no welding, and up we go. So we've got the standard system about to come off. We've seen these before, all very, very similar. Coming up forward to up here, and then from the engine. A little bit dark up there, but anyway, we'll muddle our way through it. Keep watching and we'll pull it down and show you what it's like with nothing on it. Well, after a fair amount of time, because everything that could be tight was super duper tight, way up there is the back of the turbocharger, and that's now just going to be cleaned up and have this system put on it. It is a kit system, which is here, including the high flow diesel catalytic converter and full size straight through muffler, and of course the tail. It takes a lot longer to disassemble one of these than it does to assemble a new one. Some of these things are a real joy. This is the dump pipe cat assembly from the 2.2 Ford Ranger, and just to get things off, when you're under the bonnet, the firewall's about there, so you've got to work behind it and there's no room. So I had to make a tool by cutting up a not very old spanner, and then I've welded a short extension bar onto it. I didn't have anything else to use bar this one, but why did I use that? I need leverage. I can't get leverage here, so when I've got it there, I get it on the nut, attach that, and now all of a sudden I've got leverage. If I need more, I can put a piece of tubing over that as long as I want for extra leverage. Not real good if it's super duper duper tight. The nuts on them are only very, very narrow. The studs are long enough you cannot use a short socket, you have to use a long socket. A medium socket is also still too long. But using this, it was achievable. That'll now go into my special tools drawer if I ever need to use a 17mm right angle with a really long extension on it to crack something that was done up by somebody extremely, extremely overzealous in their tightening. All right, reasonably large in there, reasonably, but when the system comes back standard, they get smaller. Let me show you. This is the intermediate pipe. It has a metal shim gasket on it. Now, why they have got that gasket on it is beyond me. Look at the size of the hole, and I'll just remove the gasket, because this, well, you can see the soot marks. That's how big the pipework was. And of course you see it's never been off. Bigger hole there, tiny hole there. Hey Ford, why do you make restrictions like this? Anyway, there it is. Continuing on. All completed now, and we have the Aussie made 3-inch exhaust system, the budget variety in mild steel, all completed, including the flex, joinable sections, catalytic converter and a muffler. And yes, they are indeed braced up to the transmission. And it's all up there. That's a long way up, isn't it? Hey, up there. Barrel of fun. Those studs are very long as well. So, would you like to have a bit of a listen to it after it's had a few revs? Okay, hang on. We'll do that for you. Okay, all lining up to give you that after sound as such. Notice the tailpipe does angle down to get the soot away from the tow bar. So a most acceptable sound at a budget price. Then absolutely no fun to install on these. With everything that was seized, that had to be unseized and all that sort of stuff. This was a 4-hour job. It's not meant to take that long, but it's not a new car. Things rust, things seize up. Got to soldier on and get it done. So there we have it. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Please hit a little like. Show Facebook and YouTube that you watch my videos. I'd appreciate that. They'll recommend me to more people, and who knows, one day they might give me send a video or something. Who knows? Alright, cheers for now.